Welcome back. So in the previous lectures, we have seen how to record a bank deposit in QuickBooks Online. And we told you that this even covers the cash deposit into the business. Now after that, let us talk about our second transaction, and that is how to transfer the money from one account to another account. That can be bank account or that can be just any other account in your QuickBooks Online. Now, of course, we are not talking about customers or suppliers or team. So our options will be here, and here you can see we have the transfer option. So we will click here. And now here you will see our first option is to transfer the funds from. Now you can see we have so many accounts that are available here, all of our accounts in the chart of accounts. But we are talking about our cash in hand account. So you know that we have received £12,000, and that is the balance here in our cash. And now let us say we have deposited some of that into our bank account. So how do we record that? We will say fund transferred from cash in hand and fund transferred to our Barclays bank account. The transfer amount here is, for example, £8,000, and memo, you can just write any memo. Maybe you can say deposited by myself. But you can add any detail here that is important for you and you want yourself to remind later on when you are seeing this transaction after several months. Now please keep in mind, this memo serves as a reminder for yourself, but another thing that this memo is useful for is you can search the transactions based on the memo as well. So somehow if you forget all the details about the transaction and you just know one specific thing, maybe you used a service to deposit the money who took the cash from you and deposited in your bank, or maybe you used an employee or something and you want to recall your transaction from that name, fields like this serve for you. Now after that you will choose the date of that specific deposit. I want to go back and I would say that I deposited this on the 2nd of January so that I can see the reports systematically. I'm choosing the dates accordingly so that I can present a good case for you. We can see the reports and learn how things are moving. And after this you have attachment option here. So you know when you deposit the money in your bank, you usually get a deposit slip. So if we can bring that attachment here, just take a snap from your mobile phone and then bring that here as an attachment. That will be a reminder for you, and whenever you need that for some audit or some proof, you can always see that. So this is again a great feature. And then everything has been done. All you got to do is to save and new or save and close. I will go with save and close. And the panel has been closed and we are back to our dashboard. Now, how do we find that transaction that we have just recorded? The simple way, go to search, and here in the recent transaction you should be able to see that. Just click on that and you will be able to see the complete transaction again. And now you have this more button here that was not available previously, and in that more button you have void, you have delete, transaction journal and audit history. So we already have learned what is audit history, what is transaction journal, and what the delete would do. But now we also have this void option. So let me explain you that what is this void option and how is this different from delete. Well, let me do the delete first. If we delete this transaction, this will be erased from QuickBooks Online records as if it never existed, as if I never even recorded this transaction. But if I void that, QuickBooks will make this amount 0. Hence, it will not be impacting any of my reports. It will be as good as deleted. But in case of void, the history will remain. So someone will be able to open this. Someone, whoever has access to this account, he will be able to click here and he will be able to see that on this day this person has recorded this transaction for £8,000, and later on this day this person has voided it, which actually made this transaction 0. So there is no impact on reports, but the history will be remaining, so you can later on see what happened to your transaction. Right now we don't have to do any of these things. Finally, if you need to change the amount, maybe you entered the amount wrong and you need to fix that, Just edit the amount here and click on save and close, and your new amount will be presented. But we don't have to do that now. You know how to do all of these things already. But let me show you the impact on reports now. Well, you will see that my profit and loss account and my balance sheet are already open. This is how we will be working in QuickBooks Online. We will always have these reports open, these two, and there will be two more that I will be showing you in the upcoming lectures. So let's go to these reports one by one and let us see how this transaction has impacted those reports. But before that, let me ask you a question. Do you think this report will impact the profit and loss statement? Remember, the movement from a transfer from is from cash in hand, that is an asset, and the fund is going to again an asset account, asset to asset. There is no income, there is no expense here, so the profit and loss should remain unaffected. Let us go there and let us refresh this report from here. This is the icon. Clicking here, this report will be refreshed, and you can see still there is no transaction at all, even though we are in the correct date range. Now let's go to the balance sheet. You know that we have made a transaction that has impacted the assets, so that impact should be appearing here, but this screen is open from before that we have recorded this transaction. So I will have to refresh my screen here. Before I click here, please keep in mind the cash in hand right now is 12,000 and Barclays is 0. Let's refresh, and you can see now cash in hand has reduced to 4,000 because out of that 12,000, 8,000 has been transferred to Barclays. So the balance sheet has been correctly updated with this transaction. And this is basically the beauty of QuickBooks or any accounting software, modern accounting software for that matter, that when you record your transactions, the reporting, the whole process of accounting after that, the preparation of ledgers and all that you have learned in accounting, and if you are not an accountant, you have not learned but you need to see the reports, all of that is automated and you will be able to see your updated transactions, your updated reports in the real time. Now let's talk about another amazing feature these reports offer, and that is drill down capability. What does that mean? Well, you know that in our cash in hand account here, this 4,000 balance is reflected with two transactions. First we have deposit of 12,000 and then we transferred 8,000 from that. But you know, you will not always remember that, or maybe there can be so many transactions that you can't really know everything in your head. So how do we see the details of cash in hand account? All you got to do is to click on this 4,000 here, and it will take you to the report where it will show you all the details of cash in hand. Now I will rather right click and open this information on the new tab. So here on this new tab you can see a new report has opened, and it is specifically showing you all the transactions in the cash in hand. So first you received 12,000 and that was against ordinary share capital, and then you transferred 8,000 from here and that was against Barclays. So we can see a quick report of cash in hand. And by the way, you don't have to restrict yourself to drill down like that. You can actually open this report because this will be very useful. So I will go back to reports here and the standard reports. On this reports page, we have so many reports here and it will be time wasting to read the name of every report to find R1. So I will rather search here. So what I am trying to find? I am trying to find a report where I can see the transactions for any specific account. So I will just type in account here and I will see the related reports now. So we have this transaction detail by account. Let us open this one. The default report has run from 1st of April. Our transactions are in the January. So I will rather click here, and now you can set the custom dates as well. But I will just enter the dynamic field here, this year to date. So it will cover everything right from the 1st of January 2025. So I will click here, and now you can see we have all the transactions for Barclays here, all the transactions for cash in hand here, and all the transactions of ordinary share capital. Only 3 accounts, because only these 3 accounts has all the transactions that we have recorded. But now if you just want to filter down all this report for one specific account only, for example cash in hand, you will click here on the filter and then you will search for the criteria first. So on what basis do you want to filter your report, on the amount or on the date or whatever? I will say I want to filter down on the basis of account, so I will click on distribution account and then I would say where distribution account equals, and then here we have the complete list of account. I will find my one. Let us rather search cash in hand, select this one and then close this panel, and you can see we now have only cash in hand related transactions here. So after profit and loss account and the balance sheet, this will be our third favorite report where we will be able to see the transactions for any specific account. And personally I keep this tab open as well always when I'm working on QuickBooks Online.